Hello and welcome to Select 10. In this video, we will count down our picks for the top 10 best action movies of 2020. Along with the mind-blowing action which gives you an adrenaline rush, this movies also contains excellent storylines to keep you entertained. And these are not just the best, but also the top-rated action films on IMDb this year, so watch the entire video to ensure you don't miss any of the movies on this list. Now let's start the video. Number 10. The Contractor. It is a 2022 action thriller film starring Chris Pine as James Harper. The story revolves around Special Forces soldier James Harper, who is forcefully removed from the military and denied his pension. However, Harper, who is now in debt, out of choices, and anxious to pay for his family, joins a secret underground armed group for covert operations. But when his very first job fails, things start to go wrong for him, and he suddenly finds himself on the run, being pursued and tangled up in a deadly plan, all while battling for his life in order to make it alive and figure out who betrayed him. Overall, the story is average but engaging enough to keep you hooked till the end. The film features amazing violent action and gunfight sequences, making it one of the best action film of 2022. And the movie has a 5.8 rating on IMDb and a 72% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 9. Bullet Train. It is a 2022 action comedy film directed by David Leitch. The plot centers on Ladybug, an unsuccessful assassin who is desperate to carry out his mission without violence following a string of jobs gone wrong. However, fate might have other ideas because Ladybug's most recent job lands him on a path of destruction with deadly enemies from all over the world who are all working towards similar but opposing goals aboard the world's fastest train. Nevertheless, the mayhem starts when the remaining 5 killers on board this high-speed train across contemporary Japan realize that their assignments are interconnected. Overall, the film is a crazy, non-stop adrenaline rush from start to finish. It is incredibly entertaining and absolutely worth watching. And the movie has a 7.5 rating on IMDb and a 76% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 8. The Northman. It is a 2022 epic historical action film directed by Robert Eggers. The story takes place in AD 895 when King Ervandil is killed by his bastard brother Fjolnir, who then kidnaps the king's wife while the king's son Amleth flees by boat, pledging revenge. The main plot revolves around Prince Amleth, who is about to become an adult when his father is stabbed to death by his uncle, who also abducts his mother. 20 years later, Amleth has transformed into a Viking who exploits Slavic settlements. On one of his raids, he encounters a seeress who remind him of his pledge to save his mother, kill his uncle, and get revenge on his father. Now, like a battle dog spotting the smell of the enemy, ruthless Amleth sets out on a merciless adventure to track down the cruel opponent whose life is irreversibly connected with his. Overall, the film is fascinating and features epic battle scenes with mind-blowing cinematography. If you ask me, it should be on your 2022 must-watch list. The movie has a 7.2 rating on IMDb and a 64% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 7. Ambulance. It is a 2022 heist action thriller film directed by Michael Bay. The story revolves around an honorable soldier, Will Sharp, who in need of cash to meet his wife's treatment costs, seeks help from his foster brother, Danny, an attractive violent criminal. To assist Will with the money, Danny offers him a task in the largest bank robbery in Los Angeles history, and of course Will is unable to refuse because his wife's survival is at stake. However, when their escape goes horribly wrong, the panicked brothers steal an ambulance that is transporting a critically injured police officer and a paramedic. Now in a never-ending high-speed chase, Will and Danny have to avoid a massive police force from the entire city, protect their hostages alive, and somehow stay away from murdering each other while pulling off the craziest escape Los Angeles has ever witnessed. This film completely justifies the tagline, "Keep you on the edge of your seat." It's a gripping thriller that will leave you guessing as to what will happen next or how they will escape. And the movie has a 6.1 rating on IMDb and an 88% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 6. The Batman. Number 5. The Roundup. It is a 2022 South Korean crime action film directed by Lee Sang-yong. It is a sequel to the 2017 film, The Outlaws. The movie takes place 4 years after the events of the Garabong District Roundup mission, when the Major Crimes Division of the Juncheon Police is tasked with bringing a fugitive back from Vietnam. The main plot revolves around Beast Officer, Ma Seokdu, and Captain Jian, who instinctively sense that there is something off about the suspect's desire to bring himself in and discover violence perpetrated by a deadly killer named Kang Hae-sang, who has been murdering foreigners for many years. On the other hand, Ma Seokdu and his team launch their inquiry across two nations and follow the bloody breadcrumbs left behind by Kang in an effort to catch him once and for all and put an end to the killings. Overall, the film is terrific like its first part and features a great story, intense action, and is undoubtedly a treat for action movie fans. And the movie has a 7.1 rating on IMDb and a 100% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 4. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It is a 2022 superhero action-adventure film based on Marvel Comics character, Doctor Strange. The plot follows Doctor Strange as he joins forces with a mysterious teenage girl from his nightmares who has the ability to travel between multiverses in order to fight off numerous threats, including other universe versions of himself who pose a threat to the girl's safety and the multiverse as a whole. Traveling through the hazardous and mind-bending various worlds of the multiverse, Doctor Strange tries to recruit the help of powerful friends, both old and new, in order to face an unidentified new enemy. Personally, I enjoyed this film a lot. It has some wild action sequences and fantastic visual shots which elevate the action to a whole new level. And the movie has a 7 rating on IMDb and an 85% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 3. The Gray Man. It is a 2022 action thriller film based upon Greene's Gray Man novels. The plot centers on Count Gentry, a longtime agent with specialized training who served as the agency's top assassin under the Sierra Project. However, Gentry becomes a primary target after accidentally discovering hidden agency operations and is pursued globally by a lethal old friend named Lloyd Hansen and killers from other countries who will not stop at any cost. Hansen, on the other hand, who is now negotiating with a secret agent, will go to any length to get to the Gentry first. It is a fast-paced action movie with a compelling storyline and incredible fight scenes like Extraction, and it is also likely to be the finest action entertainer of 2022. And the movie has a 6.5 rating on IMDb and a 90% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 2. Everything Everywhere All at Once. It is a 2022 action-adventure film directed by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. The plot revolves around Evelyn Wang, a Chinese immigrant who becomes unintentionally involved in an epic quest in which she must unite multiple versions of herself in parallel worlds in order to defeat someone who seeks to ruin the multiverse. The main conflict starts when reality is torn apart by an interdimensional breach. Evelyn must use her newly discovered abilities to battle strange and confusing enemies from the multiverse, while the destiny of the planet is at risk. This is the dark horse of 2022 and one of the most unique film of the year. The film has it all: action, comedy, drama, a wonderful story, and what else we could want. If you haven't seen this film yet, believe me, you're missing out on a truly extraordinary experience. And the movie has 8.2 rating on IMDb and an 89% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 1. Top Gun: Maverick. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.